Ciao besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Viviana and today we're doing something very fun. As you probably guessed from the title, today we're redesigning an existing brand and I'm so excited to finally design something here on the channel. So the idea behind this video was inspired by one of many Abby Connick's video where she kind of went around in her house and just found some packaging that she didn't like and she wanted to kind of rebrand the brand, and this is exactly what happened to me. Basically a long time ago, I'm talking months, I was just going around my house and one day I found this box of cookies that was like awful. I was like, okay, this needs a rebranding. I decided that that was gonna be the brand that I was gonna rebrand one day, and today is finally the day. But the one thing that I didn't know really was that these cookies are like really popular, that this brand of cookies is really important. It's kind of the staple in the UK, and I didn't know that, just found out by doing a little bit of research just before this video. I'm just gonna show you. These are the cookies that we're redesigning today. I don't know if you can see. Can you see it? If you're from the UK, you absolutely know what I'm talking about, and I want to apologize. I had no idea. I just saw this ugly box and I was like, okay, I want to do this, and even the logo is not that good. Sorry. I'm sorry if I'm redesigning something that is really close to you and it's part of your culture, but yeah, this is happening. No hard feelings or anything. I'm just trying to have fun designing something. I wanted to say that first. So let's analyze a little bit the boxes. So the first box that I found was this one. And as soon as I saw it, I mean, I didn't really like it. The main issue with this is the logo, because, you know, the packaging itself is not, well, it's not good, but it's not that bad. The logo is pretty outdated. I don't know, this gold gradient thing, it's honestly awful. Like, I'm sorry. And I know that a lot of brands use this kind of gold thing, but you know, it's time we move on from this, I think. So I grabbed this box and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. But a couple of months later, I found something else in my home, and that was the new box that they have. Oh yeah, apparently they have rebranded. Yay! This is their new packaging. As you can see, it's pretty similar in terms of the layout of the box, but in this new box we have a lot more colors. We have some sort of pattern on the background, and here at the back we have some recipes, but you know, the main colors and the main logos and type are basically the same. I kind of appreciate the fact that they have tried, this type here is it's a font that I don't remember the name of, but I've used this font. Someone is definitely trying to do something here, but it's not working. I'm happy that they have rebranded, congrats, but you know, this is still not it for me. And the main reason I say this is because we're talking about, I haven't said this already, if you don't know these cookies, if you don't know this brand, we are talking about digestive cookies. So, you know, we're not really talking about the most exciting cookie ever. So for this kind of cookies, I think that there's a specific market, specific target of people. I'm sorry, I'm being kind of a hater, but I don't think that a lot of people just eat these cookies because they're good, because come on, there's so many other good cookies, but these are healthier and a lot of people also use them for recipes. I think these are the kind of cookies that you put in the crust of a cheesecake. I think that was it. Oh my god, yes! It's a recipe for a cheesecake. I'm not just a creative genius, I'm also a chef. I love cheesecakes. Now I'm thinking about cheesecake, damn it. But in my opinion, and I might be wrong, I don't really think that people are kind of tied to a specific brand when it comes to this kind of cookies, because, you know, one brand is just as good as the other. Again, I don't really think people eat these kind of cookies for just their own enjoyment. I think that in this market specifically, it's really important to just stand out and kind of make these kind of cookies exciting and grab the customer's eye on the shelves. Because when you're designing something like this, you have to take in consideration the environment where this product is gonna live, where it's gonna be, how it's gonna come in contact with the customer. In this case, we have cookies that live on shelves on supermarkets. So our main goal is to make the packaging as exciting as possible so that they can choose that brand instead of the other. And yeah, this brand is probably way more famous and popular in the UK. In this case, I'm working with the Italian packaging. But yeah, this is kind of why I chose to rebrand these cookies. I want to make them exciting. I want people to just choose this brand because it looks so cool. And the thing is, I'm gonna focus a lot on the packaging and not so much on the logo, not because I don't think the logo needs a rebranding, because it does, but in this case, same thing. We have to think about how the product is gonna be in contact with the customers, and in this case, as I said, it's on the shelves. So the thing that has to grab the customer's attention has to be the packaging. Yeah, we have to do something about this. So I'm gonna redesign this brand and I'm gonna bring you along with me. I'm gonna try to follow a similar process that I use for my actual clients. Of course, there's a lot of research and strategy and meetings and discussions that I have usually with my clients, but in this case, there's no client because I am the client. So you're gonna get kind of a speed up version of my process. Let's do this. So the first thing that I usually do when a new brand approaches and asks for a rebrand, I do, of course, a little bit of research on the brand and on their competitors. But first of all, let's start with the brand. So the first thing that I did obviously was to go ahead and have a look at their website. And first of all, I went to the Italian website. I didn't really think about the fact that it could have been different because it's a big brand. So I thought that, the website would be the same. And when I had a look at the Italian website, this is the exact kind of website that I was picturing for this brand. It's very on brand because it's very similar to the packaging. This is the packaging that we're talking about, the new packaging. And the website really matches this kind of aesthetic. And as I said, I don't love it. Yeah, they're just like showcasing the new box. I think this must be pretty recent. I don't know, but this is just the whole website, and then they have like a whole section just for the packaging. I don't know why, but very helpful for me. But then I had a look at their English website. That was definitely a surprise because the website here is way cooler. Oh my god, look at it. I mean, the packaging is really similar. They use like the same colors and the same kind of layout for the packaging, but here on this website they really focus on the blue, while here in the Italian packaging the red is kind of the main color. But this website is really cute, honestly. I mean, I'm not a fan of the logo, as I said, but I think that they've done a pretty good job in the Our Story part. You can see that they're using like this font that is so good. I'm totally in love with this font. I don't know why they haven't like incorporated it in the rest of the branding because it's beautiful. It kind of has a little bit of texture to it. So as you can see, they're kind of trying to update the branding, but the logo and the packaging are still the same. I mean, I don't know how many people just go on the McVitie's website just to check out their history. This is pretty much what I do usually. I do a little bit of research and then of course I research the competitors in the UK. So this is kind of a board that I made to kind of sum up the research that I did. Usually when I work with clients, I prepare a whole document with like written parts of the strategy, the business, the competitors analysis, the target persona. There's a whole bunch of things, but in this case we're just gonna So here we have the main logo and the new box that the brand is using right now, the one that I have right here. I had a look at the competitors in the UK, and of course the main thing that I noticed, as you can see, is that all the competitors used the color red for their packaging, and that makes me completely like insane. Why are you as a brand using the same colors as all your other competitors, especially the other brands? But the one that like left me shook, it's the Belmont biscuits. Like, are you not seeing this? Like, am I the only one who's seeing this? This is the same. This is the same. So I think that it's gonna be pretty easy to stay away from this trend. So the next step in my process is gathering inspiration from Pinterest or any other website, and then making a Pinterest board where I add all of the inspirations that I have in terms of photos, packaging, type, like literally anything. And this is the board that I've made. As you can see, kind of wanted to stay away from red. I mean, you see a little bit of red here, but I'm not gonna use it, of course. I wanted to focus a little bit more on the blue because they're already doing this like on the official website, but they're already trying to kind of shift the attention on the blue. Like, I know that there's a lot of packaging involved, but we're just making things happier. Nothing is that serious again. And for the typography, I want to do something pretty simple because the name of the brand is pretty long, I would say. I think that the main focus for this rebranding is gonna be the packaging, so the box. So the logo doesn't have to be that complicated. For the type, I was thinking about something pretty simple, a little bit rounded to kind of give a friendly vibe, so something like this. But One thing that I wanted to add, and I love this idea. I've had this idea for ages. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna cry. I wanted to kind of play with shapes and kind of doodles, this kind of style, and also like this kind of style. I love this idea of just simplifying the shapes, because if you have a look at the packaging, they have like a lot of pictures, and the one thing that they do mention, because the cookies are made of wheat, is that they have wheat also on the packaging. I kind of like this idea of keeping the wheat, but in a newer and more modern way. I was thinking that I could just kind of simplify that shape of the cookie and of the wheat, since also, as I said, there's like the wheat on the cookie itself. And for the type, as I said, something really, I don't know, simple but still cool. Wow, what a great explanation, Viviana. Tell us more. So I took some time, I kind of went through my font library, and this is what we're starting with. First of all, the palette. As I said, I want to keep the blue, and this kind of blue is pretty similar to the one that they're using right now. This is probably one of my favorite colors at the moment. I am obsessed. So for the blue we have these, and of course, what kind of color could I use for blue? Orange and yellow. Also because I still kind of want to keep in the like wheat feeling of it, so I think orange is a way better choice than red and yellow, of course. So this is the palette that we're going for. I don't know if we're gonna change something. Why am I talking in plural? I mean, you guys are not here with me. You kind of are, but not really. So these are the fonts that I've chosen, and as I said, I want something like pretty simple. Okay, so these are the two fonts that we've chosen. Oh my god, I have to start designing now. I kind of want to space out a little bit the two words, so I'm pressing Alt and then like the arrow to kind of adjust the kerning. I definitely want to do something with the type because it's a little pointy. This is already more friendly. So it's time to bust out my favorite tool, which is the pencil tool. Then I use the smooth tool. Actually, the smooth tool might be my favorite tool because, you know, it just fixes up everything. People who don't use the smooth tool are really missing out on having like perfect shapes. So here we have like the final version of the logo. If we compare it to the beginning, we can see now that the lines are way like softer. Now the brand feels a little bit more friendly, and I absolutely love how I incorporated this kind of curve in the V and the M. Now what I was thinking is that this looks really good, but for the kind of illustration that I was thinking, well, illustration is a big word, but like for the kind of drawing that I was thinking about before and I was talking about, I thought that maybe we could try a stacked version of the logo, kind of, because I also like the idea of having the curve of the M and the V like touching up. And of course you see that the I and the M are overlapping, so what I wanted to do is actually ungroup the whole thing and offset path option. So now this is kind of the idea that I had for the logo. I think it looks good and it works. I don't know if we should start using the colors first. I always like to try the colors because sometimes the colors spark some ideas. And then we start trying out the colors. This is a little, ooh, yes, oh my god, it looks good. I love this color, you guys. Now I want to start trying to figure out how I'm gonna, incorporate this kind of illustration that's not really an illustration, and the kind of vibe that I was going for, as you saw from the Pinterest board, it's kind of doodle style, and I thought that I needed to do this on Photoshop, which I did not want to do. So what I did was having a look around, and I use a website that you might know. I'm talking about McVitie Elements. This website is heaven for creatives. Here you can find the biggest library that I've ever seen of creative assets, from mockups to fonts to textures to brushes, like literally anything that a creative could use. And you can subscribe monthly, or you can choose the yearly plan, which can save you a lot of money. Once you get a subscription with them, I don't think you need like anything else. So if you want to check them out, you can click the affiliate link in the description box below. So here we are back with the brushes that I've been looking for. Okay, so I've chosen this one. I don't want the width to be too detailed. I don't like the way that it's here in the pattern, so no. I'm throwing these things so many times today. Okay, this is gonna take a while. Okay, so this is kind of the shape that I was going for. Kind of has this texture. I kind of like this. Okay. I'm working on something here. Overall, this is kind of what I was picturing. This kind of sketch of a cookie, like really like handmade. Okay, so my camera died for a little bit, and while I was waiting for it to be back, I kind of tried some stuff that I'm gonna show you later. You can already see it, but just look away. What I was thinking was, for example, that this kind of cream off-white works so beautifully with this color. One thing that you have to know, and this is the thing that I've been doing, you have to make sure that your logo works in black and white. Then you can start to add any colors, but if it doesn't work in black and white, then your logo doesn't work. And I think this works with just one color. What I did while my camera was dead was try to figure out a logo mark, and you know, this is what I came up with. Yeah, I love this. I mean, it must be the colors, because I absolutely love this color. I will be dead if this color doesn't show up well, like on Instagram, because we know that Instagram likes to just destroy colors. So if this color doesn't show up the way that I'm seeing it right now, I'm throwing my laptop out of the window. I'm kidding, I can afford a new laptop. So this is just a logo mark, but I wanted to try to add little words to it to maybe see if we can utilize this font. Why does my voice crack? Am I going through puberty at 24? Yeah. I don't want to use the same fonts that oh my god, I just had an idea. If this works, you guys, I'm gonna cry. Okay, see, now this font kind of works a little bit better. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So this is kind of what we're working with. I don't hate this, but I don't like it either. Does that make sense? Okay. It's not okay. You know what? I don't care. Yeah, I've just decided that I don't care. Cool, let's move on. Now I think it's time to move on to the packaging, you guys. It's time. And I'm gonna go back to McVitie to see if there are any mockups that I like. Okay, so now I'm just gonna add in all of the copy, all the information that I found here on the boxes, and I'm gonna see you when I'm done. Okay, so at some point while I was designing the packaging, I realized that I couldn't find a box that kind of fit the shape that the current box has. So I decided to create my own die line. I opened up the box and I took a picture and brought the picture on Illustrator. What I'm doing now is just tracing the shapes. So we've done this. This was a journey, a lot of ups and downs, but now I'm very excited to show you the finished product. So let's meet the new McVitie's digestive cookies. to the end of the video, it would be amazing if you could just leave me a like or a comment to tell me what do you think about this branding. Do you think that they needed this rebranding, or did you like the old packaging? Let me know in the comments, and of course subscribe to the channel. Also, I have a Patreon, and if you're interested and you might want to join the community, there's a link in the description. Also remember to check out Envato Elements, and I will see you next week with another exciting video. Ciao!